Welcome back, Bills Nation. Today we're diving deep into everything happening in Buffalo. From the ongoing buzz around the head coaching vacancy to the latest on the team's performance and potential future moves, the offseason is always a time full of speculation, debate, and excitement, and for the Bills, this year feels particularly intense. With the playoffs wrapped up and the conference championship games giving us all those dramatic moments, the focus now turns toward who will be calling the shots next season and how that might shape the trajectory of this talented squad. As fans, we're constantly analyzing not just the players, but the coaching staff, the strategy, and how all of it comes together in pursuit of a championship. One of the names that has surfaced and captured significant attention is Joe Brady. For those who have followed his journey, it's been a meteoric rise through both college and professional football. At 36, he has already accumulated experience with a wide array of teams and systems. Growing up in South Florida and playing as a wide receiver at William & Mary, he transitioned into coaching quickly, making a name for himself initially with the Saints under Sean Payton. His time at LSU in 2019, where he was part of that unforgettable national championship team with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, put him on the map as a rising offensive mind. From there, he moved into the NFL as the Panthers' offensive coordinator and eventually landed in Buffalo as the quarterback's coach, later taking over the offensive coordinator role midway through the 2023 season. What makes Joe Brady particularly intriguing is his offensive perspective. This Bills team, with its strengths and current style, might benefit from a head coach who emphasizes creativity, adaptability, and playmaking on the offensive side of the ball. While some fans may be skeptical about his candidacy, especially considering the mixed reactions to certain aspects of the offense under his guidance, there's no denying that he has delivered results under his coordination. The Bills' offense in 2024 was exceptional, helping propel Josh Allen to the MVP title. When we look at his track record, both in college and the NFL, it's clear that Brady brings a wealth of experience in developing high-powered offenses capable of executing under pressure. At the same time, there are legitimate questions surrounding his readiness to transition fully into a head coaching role. Moving from position coach to offensive coordinator is one jump. Stepping up to head coach is an entirely different challenge, managing relationships, overseeing all aspects of the team, and being the central figure accountable for wins and losses can put a young coach to the test. His temperament and ability to establish authority without alienating players are factors the Bills will likely weigh heavily. Despite these considerations, Joe Brady's familiarity with Buffalo's organization and his ability to pick up existing systems while adding his own stamp could make him a smoother transition. Compared to bringing in someone entirely new, accountability is another area where Brady shines. Observers of his press interactions will note a consistent theme. He takes responsibility when things go wrong and gives credit to players when success occurs. This humility and clear sense of responsibility might resonate well with both the roster and the fan base. His approach to players, especially to Josh Allen, suggests a coach who not only recognizes exceptional talent, but actively seeks to maximize it. The ability to elevate a franchise quarterback is one of the most critical components in today's NFL, and Brady appears capable of doing just that. Although there will always be debate over how his style meshes with the unique personality and expectations within the Bills organization, shifting focus to another prominent candidate, Brian Daboll, we see a different kind of appeal. Daboll brings a wealth of experience, a deep understanding of the game, and perhaps most importantly, a proven relationship with Josh Allen. At 50 years old, Daboll's resume is extensive, covering multiple NFL teams in both offensive and coaching roles, including his time with the Patriots, Jets, Browns, Dolphins, Chiefs, and, of course, the Bills. His professional path reflects not only his expertise, but his adaptability in various systems and his ability to connect with quarterbacks at a high level. For fans thinking about stability and leadership, Daboll offers a strong case. His familiarity with Western New York also cannot be overstated. Understanding the community and being able to navigate the pressures of coaching in Buffalo is a unique requirement for any head coach here. The relationship between Daboll and Allen stands out as particularly significant. Beyond the professional alignment, there is a clear personal rapport that has fostered mutual respect and effective communication. Daboll has a reputation for being a demanding coach, pushing players to their limits in a constructive way, which could unlock further potential for Allen and discussions about needing a veteran presence to challenge the quarterback while maintaining a professional dynamic. Daboll ticks many of the right boxes, his previous head coaching experience with the Giants, though not without setbacks, provides lessons that could be applied in Buffalo, especially when it comes to balancing offensive ingenuity with consistent execution across all phases of the game. Of course, Daboll is not without concerns. His time with the Giants revealed some issues regarding consistency, personnel management, and sideline demeanor. Fans and analysts alike have debated whether he has the temperament needed to handle the full pressures of head coaching in the NFL. There are questions about his previous defensive coordinator hires and the alignment of his vision with long-term team performance. However, Daboll's overall experience, coupled with his offensive mind and ability to relate to elite quarterbacks, makes him a compelling option that cannot be easily dismissed. Emerging as a younger alternative is Grant Adinski, a 30-year-old rising star in the coaching world. His story is emblematic of the new generation of NFL coaches, innovative, highly intelligent, and willing to grind through unconventional paths. Adinski's journey from living out of his car while working as a graduate assistant to quickly rising through multiple NFL coaching positions demonstrates resilience, adaptability, and an unrelenting work ethic despite his age. His knowledge of offensive strategy and his mentorship under well-regarded coaches like Kevin O'Connell and Liam Cohen has positioned him as a candidate with enormous upside. The NFL has seen several young coaches rapidly ascend and achieve remarkable success, and Adinski could very well be next in that trend, representing the kind of forward-thinking energy that might align with Buffalo's evolving offensive identity. Evaluating these candidates requires balancing experience, offensive philosophy, leadership qualities, and alignment with both the roster and the community. Each of these individuals brings unique strengths and faces distinct challenges, and the Bills' decision will likely hinge on who can best synthesize all of these elements into a cohesive vision for the team's future. In a league where coaching decisions can define the fortunes of a franchise for years, this hiring cycle carries significant weight. Fans are watching closely, dissecting each interview, and weighing the potential impact on the team's trajectory. The combination of established expertise, relationships with key players, and innovative ideas will shape the next chapter for Buffalo. And as the offseason unfolds, the conversations around these candidates will only intensify. Continuing with the discussion on potential candidates for the Buffalo Bills head coaching role, it's important to examine not only their resumes, but also how their philosophies align with the current team and the challenges that come with coaching in Western New York. The next name that often comes up in conversations is one of the younger, up-and-coming minds in the NFL, Grant Adinski, at 30 years old. His journey is emblematic of the modern coaching trajectory: fast, unconventional, and fueled by determination. Unlike coaches who spent decades climbing the traditional ranks, Adinski has leveraged every opportunity, combining innovation with hard work to rise rapidly through multiple NFL positions. His time as a graduate assistant, followed by stints under established coaches in Carolina, Minnesota, and Jacksonville, reflects a mix of adaptability and exposure to different systems, giving him a broad understanding of offensive strategy and player management. Adinski's appeal goes beyond his rapid ascent. He represents a type of coach who can inject fresh ideas into the team while remaining highly analytical. His background includes advanced scouting, assisting with quarterbacks, and contributing to offensive schemes that have been praised by peers and mentors alike. He is known as a grinder, someone willing to do the behind-the-scenes work, from late-night film sessions to personal mentorship of players for a Bills team looking to maintain its competitive edge while potentially innovating on offense. Adinski offers a blend of energy, intelligence, and a forward-looking perspective that few others in the league can match at such a young age. However, the question remains, is 30 years old too young for a role that requires leadership over veterans and coordination of an entire organization? While there are examples like Sean McVay, Matt LaFleur, and Kyle Shanahan proving that youth is not a barrier, it's still a leap of faith for any front office to place such responsibility on someone so early in their career. Meanwhile, other names continue to emerge as potential candidates, each with unique profiles and varying degrees of fit. Coaches like Davis Webb and Clint Kubiak have been mentioned as possibilities, though the Bills cannot officially interview them at this time. Still, the speculation fuels conversation among fans and analysts alike. Davis Webb, for example, brings quarterback expertise that could directly impact the development of Josh Allen, while Clint Kubiak is noted for his organizational skills and ability to foster young talent. The NFL landscape is filled with these kinds of candidates who combine specific skill sets with strategic thinking, and the Bills' choice will ultimately come down to which combination best aligns with the team's vision, roster composition, and long-term goals, returning to the more experienced candidates. The contrast between someone like Joe Brady and Brian Daboll illustrates the variety of paths the Bills could take. Brady offers a familiar internal option with an offensive-minded approach and a history of working closely with Josh Allen. He's demonstrated accountability, humility, and a desire to elevate the quarterback's performance. On the other hand, Daboll brings veteran leadership, a deep connection with the player, and an understanding of what it takes to navigate the pressures of head coaching in a complex NFL market. The Bills' decision will hinge on weighing innovation versus stability, youth versus experience, and offensive creativity versus established leadership. Both options have clear appeals, but they also come with legitimate concerns that require careful evaluation. A deeper dive into the specific dynamics within the team also adds context to these considerations. The Bills have a roster with a mix of proven veterans and emerging talent. Josh Allen, as the franchise quarterback, is the linchpin of the offense, and any head coach must have the vision and ability to maximize his skill set. Past offensive trends suggest that while the team can dominate through a balanced attack, there have been moments where schemes did not fully utilize available weapons, particularly at the wide receiver positions. A new head coach must address these nuances while maintaining overall cohesion. Beyond the offensive unit, defensive performance and the selection of coordinators will play a crucial role. Historically, candidate evaluations have noted that securing the right defensive mind can make or break a season, and this will be a key factor for the Bills' front office. When finalizing their decision, community connection is another layer that cannot be overlooked. Buffalo is unique in the intensity and passion of its fan base, and the ability to engage with the city, represent the team publicly, and navigate the media landscape are essential traits for any head coach. Brian Daboll, for example, scores highly in this regard due to his familiarity with Western New York and his understanding of the cultural expectations of coaching in this environment. A coach who resonates with the fan base can foster a positive atmosphere that translates to team performance, ticket sales, and overall morale. Conversely, a head coach who struggles with this aspect may face unnecessary distractions that impact the team's focus and on-field results. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. The whisper started softly in league circles and quickly grew into a roar across Western New York. A name synonymous with power, durability, and postseason ambition is suddenly being linked to Buffalo, and the mere possibility has sent a surge of excitement through the fan base. Derrick Henry, one of the most feared runners of his generation, is rumored to be on the verge of wearing Bills colors, a scenario that until recently felt more like wishful thinking than reality. Sources close to the situation suggest that conversations have intensified behind the scenes, with Buffalo exploring bold options to reshape its offensive identity. The idea of Henry lining up in a Bills uniform feels almost surreal, yet undeniably logical. Buffalo has long been searching for a dominant ground presence capable of controlling tempo, punishing defenses, and easing pressure in critical moments. Henry represents exactly that profile, a physical force who turns routine carries into statements and late-game drives into tests of will. Around the city, the mood is unmistakably celebratory, even if nothing is officially sealed. Jerseys are being imagined, social media is buzzing, and fans are already debating how defenses would respond if forced to account for both Buffalo's explosive passing attack and a runner of Henry's caliber. The speculation alone has reignited conversations about championship windows and unfinished business inside the locker room. The potential arrival of such a respected veteran would signal intent. Henry's reputation as a leader and relentless competitor precedes him, and his presence could redefine how opponents prepare for Buffalo. The Bills have built a culture around toughness and belief, and adding a star known for imposing his will seems to fit that narrative perfectly. For now, it remains a rumor, the kind that thrives on possibility rather than confirmation. Yet in Buffalo, possibility is more than enough to spark hope if this move materializes. It wouldn't just be another roster adjustment. It would be a statement to the league that the Bills are ready to embrace a new dimension, one powered by strength, experience, and the unmistakable aura of a star runner whose arrival already feels like a celebration. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.